morning, everybody. Sean here of the Detroit Diz, and it's a glorious day today in the D again. It's today is the 26th of August, 2026, and it is approximately 64 degrees. That is the car temperature. So anyhow, looks like mostly blue skies, a little clouds. So before we get just jumping right into things, we have call to action here. We're trying to reach our first YouTube goal of 1,000 subscribers, and you can help us reach our goal if you don't mind, just by merely mashing that subscribe button. It helps us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And also, on top of that, you get to become part of the Detroit Diz family, and you can follow along on our YouTube journey and also listen and comment and participate in our morning magical commute videos and any other videos, and make comments and share them out and like the videos and all that other great stuff that promotes our channel and whatnot. So we really appreciate all of our subscribers, each and every single one of you. Now, on to the list, and I have a small, very small notepad, piece of paper here, not very big at all. You know, the less to read, the less distractions, and just a little reminder of what I'm going to be talking about, because really, for the most part, it's all up in my noggin. It's in your noggin, man, you know what I'm saying? It's in your noggin. So, his head was like a big giant satellite system of its own. Yeah. Anyways, I like Mike Myers and that movie, So I Married an Axe Murderer. Anyways, that's one of the greatest movies of all for me, because I love Mike Myers. So let's talk about some sad news. First of all, sad news is that Dolly Parton, she passed away at the age of 80. She was, I mean, that woman was like she was like a saint. There was nothing no controversies, nothing controversial at all. She was like a pure person. And she passed away. She used to give a lot of money to a lot of, nonprofits and a lot of good stuff, and she just created, it was like, she was like a very wholesome person, and you know, it's just sad. Eventually you're going to die, so that's just the sad part of it all. So eventually you're going to pass away, and I think that Dolly Parton has left a legacy, not just for the world to remember, but also in everybody's hearts that loved Dolly and just liked her as a person. And she was just a sweet woman. I mean, that's all I can say, you know. And she'll be missed by everybody. So that's Dolly Parton, yeah. So there is a lot of drama going on these days at Walt Disney World. I mean, it's just crazy. D23 came and went, came in and came like a storm, gave us a bunch of information about things to come that may or may not come to fruition. And then on top of all that, you know, we got information about, you know, updates that they're moving dirt. Yeah, we're moving dirt here, man. You know, it's we move one dirt pile over here, we just swap that dirt pile over here. No, but they're making headway. You know, some steel has been put up for certain rides. I think Monsters and some. Let's see here, and they're making some headway over there at over there where Dino Land was removed. And you know, things are starting out over in Villains Land. You know, it's going to be a while, 2028, 2029. You know, that's going to be the year of a bunch of new stuff. So, and some refurbishments going on at rides that aren't coming down. And so it's going to be a busy couple of years at Disney, to say the least. Because we're almost at the end of 2026, here in the middle of actually almost the end of August, that is. So, yeah. So the first thing is that they removed a lot of the trash cans at Epcot. And because they moved the trash cans at Epcot, during the food and wine, and any other eating kind of, thing, like they had the food and wine and, all these festivals, they have kiosks or food, I don't know what you want to call them, food kiosks or food little pop-up places that you can go to. They're not pop-ups. Nobody else is having them, but they're, a Disney stand, a food stand. That's what I would call them. Anyways, they have little, places where you can eat food. Not really big dinners, but, food items from a list. These festivals and like Festival of the Art has them. Anyhow, you get my point. You know what they're all about. If you didn't know about them, now you know. That's why everybody goes and has fun at the ones, especially the food and wine. Anyhow, going forward, people used to eat at trash cans because there was no like tables around, and people would eat on top of the trash cans, and then also that would be convenient for them to throw away their trash, but also would give them a place to like make a vlog or whatever like that, or talk about just kind of everybody would huddle around a trash can or whatever. Well, Disney's like, well, we're going to get rid of the trash cans, and we're going to put these kind of like tables that are connected to the railing system. And there was an Instagram I see just yesterday. Somebody was saying that they're going to turn into other things like DJ table setups, or baby changing things. That's kind of gross, by the way. But anyways, yeah, the people will use them for all sorts of things, but eating probably. But I hope that's not the case. So we'll have to just wait and see. But I think people are going to use these to eat. These, that's what they're putting up, and I'm pretty sure people will use them. But my question is, are they going to have enough of them? That's one of the other questions. So if you don't have enough of them, then they're going to have to put up more. They might even have to put up like a continuous railing table system that just goes along the entire railing, 100%, not separated or whatever. You just share a space. It just continues on forever, right? Not these single like 6 foot or single 4 foot things, or however long they are. Maybe they're just like a tray that you get delivered to your car to eat your your like a car tray, like a tray. Anyways, so people are upset that the trash cans are going away, and I don't know, what are your thoughts about that? I don't think that eating on a trash can was always really, enticing. To me, it was kind of weird and dirty, and I prefer the new method of finding a place to eat. And maybe they'll have more stand-up tables that are going to be temporary. Maybe that's going to be a better thing. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I'm sure Disney has a lot of ideas up their sleeves. Anyways, so another big topic of the day is that the Yeti. Now, D23, they talked about fixing the Yeti in Mount Everest, the ride Everest. If you didn't know, there's this Yeti that's on the top in the ride that the lights flash and make it look like it's moving when it's not moving. And because the ride, a few weeks after it was built in 2006, it was breaking its concrete its concrete base when it was moving, and they fixed the concrete and turned off that part of the movement, but left the Yeti there, and then created a a way to make it appear like it's moving when it's not moving by having these strobe lights and all this other stuff. So yeah, so now finally, you know, every year we hear from something. We're waiting with bated breath. We need to hear from D23 that they're going to fix it, and this year, it's a thing. So yeah, they're going to fix it. They say. Well, I mean, I will wait, and when it's fixed, you know. But they're going to have to shut the ride down. I don't know. Maybe I don't think they're going to do this like immediately because they have a lot of things that, you know, who wants to shut down Everest when other things are being built, redone, you know, over there in Epcot. Just my thoughts on that. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a big fix, you know, and I don't know if it's going to be how long it will take or whatever else like that. But they have to get in there and they have to fix the Yeti. But after that, it's going to be the best ride. Again, it'll be super. It'll be super ride. Yeah. So another thing people are complaining about is the Kraft. That there's now a deal between Kraft Heinz and Kraft, that is, and Disney, and that means that I guess that means all of the macaroni and cheese is not going to be like homemade like it was before, like if you really believe that anyways. You know, but it's going to be Kraft macaroni and cheese, which means Velveeta cheese and noodles, probably. And they're probably going to have, you know, they're not going to use like 20 boxes or buy the small boxes combined all together, you know. They're going to have like, you know, restaurant-style packaging that they're going to be using to make batches of macaroni and cheese after. But look, I mean, I like Kraft macaroni and cheese. Some of that Kraft macaroni and cheese is some people's favorites. But look, what other, you know, it's not going to be home style, but it could be doctored up. You know, a lot of people doctor up their Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm sure if I could find people out there that have great macaroni and cheese, and then they add stuff to it to make it be even better, like souped up macaroni and cheese. And I think that that's something that Disney might do. They might have some, you know, do something else with the macaroni and cheese also and have souped up dishes of it and make it even better. I don't know. You know, the chefs do a lot of culinary delights with different things, you know, and you know, and up at one. So I like to wait and see what happens. Let's just not be all depressed about the new mac and cheese deal. Okay, and finally, and I think this is kind of a controversial subject, but I will go dive into it. That Disney now is working, I don't know exactly with who, but that wasn't explained to me or explained in the article, but they are working on, they have animatronics that they have throughout the park that do things that have reactions with people. And now they're talking about adding AI support for these said animatronics and robots that are throughout the park. We're talking about Star Wars droids and anything else in the park. Like Olaf is coming to Hollywood Studios for the animation drawing stuff, and they're having all sorts of other. This is going to be interesting. There's a truck trying to make a left across the road there. Oh, they got it. They have it. It's moved. So they're going to have this animatronic AI system where it's better at remembering names. It'll remember its background story. It'll just remember a lot more things and be able to have a conversation with you more in depth and have better interactions with you. But people are saying that it may remember information about you, and then the AI, it could go further. Disney could be part of the bigger AI information farming databases, and and then be making a database somewhere about all your information, and building because they already get the facial recognition on your face, and then they kind of know who you are. If the AI is looking at you and putting things together and knows your name, and look, the controversy and the conspiracies are probably just flowing now about Disney and AI usage on robots and all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying, what are your thoughts about if they have these tools in place to make interactions better with animatronics, not non-human things like Olaf, or rides that may use that, or interactive Mickey Mouses, or anything else like that in the park? What are your thoughts on that? I'd like to know. Are we diving into the deep end here? Is Disney pushing away a lot of people by doing that? I don't know. What are your thoughts on all the AI stuff going on? Anyways, I really appreciate everybody following along every morning for the Magical Commute, where we talk about Disney news. I kind of give my opinions about things. I think that, I like giving my news commentary. But anyways, thanks again for being here and following along. And anything else that we do around Detroit, stay tuned. I think we're going to be doing a few things here and there. Anyways, talk to you guys real soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.